Hey Mooch, Crap, JDUBBS.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Mooch, Crap, JDUBBS.
Hey Mooch, hey Crap, hey Jay.
What up with your Crap and Mooch and Jay with?
Wake on up. It's Mooch, it's Crap, and Jay in the morning. Wipe your eye boogies, get your coffee finished yawning. This is Mooch and Crap. Show. Wake up, let us begin with gaming news, skits, and call-ins from all the fans. No matter where you at, Cali or Pakistan, New York or New Guinea, this is where it's at. These are Xbox dudes with Xbox views on slander and hate towards Xbox news. This is Mooch and Crap. Show for the people, and they coming with it. Now do you understand? Now do you get it? Ponies love to lie and PC fans won't admit it, but Xbox hate is real and they all with it. Call in, let it ring in. We here to rock, we here to win. It's about the games, it's about the pride. Now Xbox community, come on, let's ride. Mooch and Crap. Make sure.
Mooch, Crap, JDUBBS.
¿Cómo están, bitches?
Hey Mooch and Crap, hey Jay.
Hey Mooch and Crap.
What up, Mooch and Crap and Jay?
What's up, Mooch and Crap? What's up, JDUBBS?
Hello, Mooch and Crap.
What up, Mooch? What up, Crap?
Hey, what's up, Mooch and Crap? You guys have the best damn podcast on YouTube, bar none.
Arr, you scurvy sea dogs. Time for M&C mornings. Get watching or we'll throw you in the brig.
Welcome to M&C Mornings.
Good morning, everybody. It is M&C time. Crap, how are you, buddy? You've got to be, hopefully you've got your sea legs back from all of that Sea of Thieves maneuvering you were doing this past week. I know that I'm seeing you still on mute, my good friend, so I'm waiting for you to come off of that. But
it's, I've been playing a lot of Sea of Thieves, so yeah, that's that's the pirate life, man. I love it.
Nice, buddy.
Shit, man. I've been actually, you know what's funny is I played it with the good friend of ours, man, Jeremy Downer, almost all day yesterday.
Nice. So what did he have to say about it? I mean, Jeremy's actually a big fan.
Well, here's the thing, right? You could tell he loves the game. Mm-hmm. He loves the game. He's addicted to the game, just like most other people.
Yeah.
He just like I think he doesn't get the whole games as a service thing. Like you get the base, and then they lay the other parts on top of it. With the free DLC.
It is a dangerous recipe, isn't it? Though.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is. But it's like there's a lot going on there right now. Like I don't think there's anybody that's a pirate legend right now. You got to be 50 across the board. So
right.
We were just, and you know who else is like clowns, man, out of all people, because he was so like, I don't know, Crap.
It's good to see you. Good to see you and clowns teaming up. It's like it's like two Avengers getting together.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's surprised the hell out of me too, because he talks a lot when he games.
He does.
Just not on Crossfire.
No, he's tired by then. It's. I will say this much, Crap. That was something that we talked about over the course of the week. Me and you've gotten a chance. So for all you guys that are tuning in right now, me and Crap probably have, and I'll even give Crap. Crap's got the numbers like that are astonishing. I've got like 25 hours. Crap's probably got 35, 40, 50 hours in the Sea of Thieves. Which just gives you an example of how hard you have to work to become a pirate legend. Yeah. Because, right, Crap? I mean, I know somebody that was doing a review, somebody I was following on YouTube, and they were playing for 35. They had 35 hours logged in, Crap, and they were only respectively at 30, 20, and 20. Okay, as far as the three factions go, and they have, like you said, you have to be 50 across the board. So you're looking at 75 to 100 hours, I think, Crap, before you're a pirate legend.
Yeah, and then I think a lot of people are going to hit that mark right at the 3-month mark, right when they're going to drop like all the new stuff.
Right.
So then that'll keep people going, or they might have to drop that a little bit earlier. Like who knows, right yet?
Right.
But for me, there's plenty to keep me busy for right now, and I'm looking forward to kind of diving in and seeing. Like I said, this is not. I'm not going to play at this pace for months and months. You know what I mean? But I'm definitely gonna keep going back. And there's just something about it. Even when there's nobody around, I just find myself just kind of cruising around on a boat on there. You know.
Let's get into that a little bit, Crap. What do you think about that? I mean, you know, what you and Jeremy were talking about. I think that's a great subject that me and you had a heck of a debate, and it was awesome discussion this week about. Like, are people, not me and you, okay? Because unfortunately, we got to kind of take ourselves out of the equation. We don't really count. And anybody who's hardcore who's listening, don't include yourself in this conversation when you're thinking about it rhetorically. Think about the people you know that play games once a week, maybe once a month, that they may have picked this game up. Are they going to wait, Crap, for all these updates and the games as a service thing to come to fruition, or are they going to try it?
I think some will go and some will stay. Some will, you know.
I think you're right.
Yeah, you know, like honestly, I think that's what we'll see, and then you'll see people come back when they have new content, just like with like Destiny and stuff, and Rainbow Six and Ghost Recon Wildlands. You know, those are kind of you know, games as a service type games. It's hard for people to understand how games as a service works, and basically kind of what it entails. And then, you know, also a good thing about Game Pass is that if you're unsure about it, boom, pop in your free month code because we all got one. Or, you know, try the 2-week thing for free because we all have that option as well, and see if it's for you, you know, or pay the $9.99 and give it a month try, you know. I
will say this much, Crap, and this is a good thing, okay? A lot of people would normally spin this as a negative, but there's a lot of youth that love Sea of Thieves. The young kids are loving it. I mean, like, you know,
like,
and that's a good thing.
Kid, or you know what I mean, like your kid,
we're playing with the family, absolutely. And I mean, I gave those Xbox Game Passes that I'd gotten in the 1 month. I gave them away to, like, you know, people I know. I'm like, here, enjoy it. See if the kids like it, and you'll enjoy it with your family. I gave them a couple 1 month because, you know what? First of all, let's put it this way, Crap. If me and you are going to do it, we're going to do Game Pass for a year, or we're not going to do it at all. Second of all, let's see if this thing really does have legs. I'm interested to see too, by handing it out to people that I would consider casual gamers, if they're going to re-up after 30 days. I don't know if the parents will necessarily re-up, but will the kids bother the parents so much that they're loving Sea of Thieves that they have to re-up? I'm interested to see this. So I've got a couple out there seeing how people enjoy it. It's good to just see. I think people are going to enjoy Sea of Thieves. I think the kids really are eating it up with a spoon. I think you're hearing a lot of the stuff we always talk about is the hardcore folks. And I think hardcore folks will play it, like you said, then come back and then play it.
I mean, like, I don't think it's something like we bought an Xbox, not a Sea of Thieves box. So you're going to play other things, and that's just how it is. And, you know, if it's not your cup of tea, then it's not your cup of tea.
Right.
You know, for me, like, the only problem that I found so far for me personally was, and you were part of that, was the crossplay where we ran into some hackers.
Yeah, we got problems there, Crap.
Yeah, so that was a problem. Like I was trying to tell the story about that. It was like me, you, Clowns, and Assassin, and we ran into this boat, and like they were hundreds of yards away from us, and our anchor would just drop, and it would just pop up out of nowhere, and like, you know, one hit you, and we put like the second time after they sank us the first time, and we caught up to them again. I had parked the boat to where we could shoot them, and they couldn't shoot us. And we peppered that thing with every cannonball we had.
Yes, we did.
Then I jumped on their boat, went downstairs, and you could see they had holes all in the hull.
Yep.
No boards covering anything, and no water.
No water.
Yep. So
we put 30 cannonballs into that ship.
We did, maybe more. We ran out. So yeah, we were like, okay, that's weird. Yep. And so about this time, that's when Clowns goes, hey, Crap, I think you were right, man. Like, hackers are already getting into the game. And so he shared that link because there's YouTube videos now where people show how to install these programs. Yep. And yeah, that's a big problem. There are aim bots, and you know, you can find this and do that and walk on water and invulnerabilities. And,
you know, I'm glad. You know what, Crap? You know, sometimes good comes from bad, and I think this is a situation. That's why I put this title up, and I think I knew you would love it. You know, was crossplay oversold? If you guys go back far enough to Xbox Nation and Crossfire, and even on MNC, I'd said it. I just don't understand why we are pushing crossplay. Listen, this is not fanboy stuff. This is just mathematics, and this is also just preference. If you're a PC gamer, God bless you. You are a PC gamer. If you're a console gamer, God bless you. You're a console gamer. My point is that nobody buys a game for a console and says, I can't wait. I utterly can't wait to play with my PC friends.
Yeah.
Those words have never been said by anybody that doesn't live in a 5-mile radius of Redmond. Okay? Nobody says that. Nobody.
That, my friend,
You're
is a
100%
you problem.
fine, and you're right with that. And not only that, but this is my point, right? Like people go, oh man, here's crap on that stuff again. I don't want them to totally disable it. Just give us the option on every single game to disable it. There's going to be some people that aren't going to care, but you run into cheaters like that. We had to leave the server.
Yeah, we had to leave. Yeah,
like we were trying to do a skull fort, and you couldn't because they're at the skull fort.
They were there.
And, and so there's nothing you could do. So basically, kind of ruins your time.
Yeah.
So I would just like the option not to do that because they can't. You can't do that stuff on a closed system like Xbox.
Right. But who is this for, guys? Like, stop and think about this for a second. And shout out to Noof in the chat who goes, crossplay is fine, but make it optional. That's fine. We're in the generation of options, right? We have to have a million options. We have to have a million options
to turn that off. That option.
You know, that's why I don't know. Maybe I'm old school, guys. You guys, a lot of people that listen to MNC and Crossfire and Xbox Nation, I think a lot of you guys are old school. You know, when we were kids, we were kind of like, no, this is what you're going to do. Okay, this is the way it's supposed to be. And a lot of times things worked out better. Having 50,000 options leaves too many doors open. And when you leave too many doors open, you have a problem. Yeah. And there's nothing benefiting us as Xbox gamers. No. What is benefiting you right now by having crossplay open? What is happening? Nothing.
Realistically, the only people that's benefiting is the PC players because there's less players playing the games on the PC version of these.
Right.
And I'm not talking about Steam. I'm talking about Windows.
Windows, right?
So, yeah. So there's always less, like even like Gears. Remember when they were like, we're going to implement Gears crossplay, and you could just tell that nobody was playing that competitively on PC. So they were like, hey, we're going to go ahead and do that.
Right.
And you really got to jump through hoops. I didn't even know you could fully disable it. I thought you just had to avoid certain playlists or whatever.
Right.
So, like for me, that was like, oh man, because I don't want to do that. You know, we pay Xbox Live, to be honest with you. We should be able to have a trouble-free kind of situation. And the funny thing was Craig Duncan on Twitter was like, oh, well, we're aware of this. And, you know, supposedly the UWP was hack-free and all this kind of stuff, you know?
Right.
And but props to Jez Gordon though, because he got that he got an article out like almost right away.
Yes,
like I don't think he believed it at first when we were talking about it, and then he's like, "Well, do you have links?" And I was like, "Absolutely." You know what I mean? Like, here you go. We witnessed this shit firsthand. This is bad news for Xbox gamers because we have no way to control this.
That's right.
To be honest with you, I don't see what kind of gamer finds enjoyment out of that.
Nobody does. Yeah. Crap. And the biggest argument I've ever gotten on what crossplay is and why it needs to exist is because it keeps a game's community to open longer. Well, you know what? Here's what I have to say to that. That's a game developer's problem. That's a them problem. If your game can't keep an audience, that's a you problem. Okay, because you can go back and play. I'll use Crap's words, for example. You can play Call of Duty Black Ops 1 right now. And there's a plethora of people on there because the game is good enough to keep an audience. Okay, we don't need open cross-play across platforms. You don't need it, Crap. There's enough people right now if you want to play Black Ops and back and pat.
Yep.
Right? So
that's 100% accurate.
It's on the game developer to keep us there. It's not that you have to open every door and let everybody in just to keep like this game alive. That's hogwash. You guys all know that's nonsense. This has been, Microsoft. I'm not going to sit here and bash on Microsoft. They have thrown so many different things at the wall. Like that you do that at business, right? In business, you'll throw a lot of things at the wall and see what sticks. Microsoft has thrown Play Anywhere, Crossplay, Game Pass, day and date, PC is Xbox, Xbox is PC. We've gotten all of this thrown at us in such a very short period of time in gaming. You guys have to understand that. In the past 2-3 years, they've thrown all of this. And 2-3 years sounds like a lot, but it's not when you look at gaming started in the 70s. To get all of this at once, I think they're throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. Yeah. And personally, I'm not seeing a lot stick. I'm seeing them like the pickles are running down the window.
It's a double-edged sword, really, because they're like, oh, well, we want to keep our player count as high as possible. Right. But at the same time, people are going to stop playing if it's
absolutely
less fun. Just look at PUBG, right? PUBG toppled out. Now everybody's like, oh my God, PUBG's dead or whatever. You know what I mean? Which is ridiculous. But the reason why people are leaving that game is because the cheaters. Right? There's like they banned over 1 million people in 1 month.
Yeah.
Like it's very like there's not a way to completely keep people cheating on the PC side. And this is the funny thing, right? Because we know people that game on PC, and people know who we're talking about. There's lots of people, and they were all like, "There's not going to be any advantages, blah blah blah, for this type of game." And I'm like, "Well, there's other things to worry about,
right?
Like this." And oh, well, you can't do that. Well, now we see that it happened, and it's happening, and it actually, when you got to leave a server or something, it's ridiculous. Like I love this game. But I wasn't the only one that was running into this problem. People were talking about it yesterday.
Yeah, there was a lot of noise and commotion about it. It does exist. And I'm really, really hoping that if, like you said though, Crap, here's the thing that Microsoft has to take so seriously. Take me, for example. So, okay, that happened to us once. Then I go on in a week, it happens again. There's only so many times I'm going to shrug my shoulders until I'm like, crap, let me know when that thing's fixed. I'm not coming back. Like I'm not gonna, like you said, we got a group together. We're on the way to do the Skull Fort. We're kind of amped to do it. We know that we've got none of us on the boat had done it before, I don't believe, or maybe one had, and we were gonna go out there and try it, and all of a sudden, blah. What did we end up doing? We even left the server. We came back because so much time was wasted. We ended up just doing a couple trivial treasure quests, and then we called it a night. And that's not what we had set out to do. And Microsoft has to worry about all of its customers, every one of them. And if the better interest doesn't hurt, if it hurts the better interest of many Xbox users, they have to make it so that crossplay has an option. Not that they're just going to throw it in there because they feel it fits their services better. So
yeah, like I don't really give a shit about their services, to be honest.
No, that's what I'm saying. We're paying for Xbox Live. You're right.
Exactly, right? Like we pay for it, they don't.
Yeah.
So it would be interesting to see how they handle that. And yo, dipshits in the chat. I said, what did I say? Xbox 360, you could have hacked lobbies. Xbox One, there's no hacks going on in those games.
Right.
With on the console side.
Right.
It's all PC side. There's nothing going on. In fact, Microsoft was so worried about this. This is why our achievements are now also synced to different servers and things like that, so they can control the people. Because if you remember last gen, people would mod their achievement score. Right? Like I knew somebody that did that. Like they were just modding achievement scores. So they fixed that, which is why they can like stop that now. Like when you look at Sea of Thieves, right? And you see you can't get achievements for that right now because they disabled that from their end. You couldn't do that on the Xbox 360.
That's right.
So there's no hackers in Xbox One games or PS4 right now.
Right.
Just on the PC side. Yeah.
So. We should, just so you guys know, we have 12 voicemails. Jay, if you want to run a voicemail for us, we want to start to hear the audience and hear what people have had to say.
Certainly. So we've got on deck an old friend that we haven't heard from in a long time, Def Jam Bam.
Nice.
What's up? Good morning, Mooch, Crap, and Jay. How y'all doing today? And everybody in the chat listening in or listening in later on, make sure y'all hit that like button and share this out all over. All right, question for y'all. E3 is pretty much a couple months away. Let's say Microsoft knocked their E3 out the park. They show mature games. So after they show mature games and it's what everybody wanted, where do they go from there? Yeah, because you already know, once they figure that out, somebody else will find another excuse for something else that Microsoft needs. Oh yeah, I'm still stuck on second shift. Thanks, Mooch Crap. I'm out.
What was Def Jam's question? I was typing something.
He was asking, like, what happens when Microsoft knocks it out of the park at E3? They show more adult-oriented games. People are still going to complain, which he's right.
Right.
I mean, let's be honest. No matter what they show, no matter what they do,
no.
That's the problem. That like social media again is a double-edged sword as well, because we don't realize how much stuff. And this is why I'm less vocal about stuff now as well on social media, is because we tend to ruin our own shit that we like by complaining. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have legitimate gripes, but the way we go about it as the vocal minority, it can be nauseating sometimes. I got to be honest with you. And that's basically what happens now. Everybody's faux outraged over something or pissed off about this or that or the other thing.
Yeah.
And mostly it's just Xbox. You know, like we don't really see this kind of stuff for Nintendo or PlayStation. It's just always Xbox. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, like
right.
I always wondered. I'm like, man, it's Xbox. That like those executives, they got to see a lot of this complaining and stuff. And you know, this is a situation where you got to wonder. They got to ask themselves, hey, why do we even do this?
Right.
You know.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know what you're saying, Crap. And the thing is, though, a lot of times you're right. I would say 60 to 70% of the time you're right. It's a lot of the complaining is not necessary. And, you know, I mean, we're guilty of it, but we have a show we have to do. A lot of people are like, oh, you guys are talking about that. Well, if it's in the news, folks, we do have to discuss it on the weekly podcast. We can't just make something up out of thin air. So we talk about what's going on and what's relevant in the news. However, a lot of times, Crap, the other 30, 40%, Microsoft makes a move and you kind of scratch your head, right? You go, why did you do that? Just as an example that comes to mind is the State of Decay 2 Collector's Edition. Okay, like don't get me wrong, I understand, I get where they're coming from. This isn't to rehash, you know, let's not walk down that yellow brick road again. I get it, but my point being is, you scratch your head and you're like, why? Why would you do that? You know, you're already under the microscope. You know, people are watching every move you make. Why would you make that mistake? You know, they've made these little subtle mistakes every once and again, and you've got to kind of say, why do you do that when you know they're watching you so closely? So I don't know. I mean, that's just my take on it. I think sometimes they're in their own way. But
Not only is everybody and their mother watching them closely, but half the fans are like, I don't know, man. There's something else. I'm not really sure, but yeah, it's kind of crazy how this generation has been, you know.
We do have a call in, Crap. We have a live caller.
MNC Mornings, what's up? How's it hanging?
Hey now.
How you doing? Hey, Jay, they can't hear the caller.
Yeah, they can't hear the caller.
So, yeah, you might want to go ahead and, like, flush that guy and, you know, figure out whatever. I don't know. But basically what he wants to know is about Far Cry 4 and, you know.
Far Cry 5, you mean?
Yeah, Far Cry 5, excuse me. Yeah, so, yeah, it's I don't know. I'll play it if I can mooch it, copy like you mooch. But other than that,
I mean,
I'm probably not gonna
I'll be honest with you. You know, I can't really speak to it much, but like, I'm excited just for the fact that Far Cry. See, I've liked Far Cry 3, and I think realistically, just speaking from old tense, Voss, who was the villain in 3,
let me ask you something
good.
though. Do you not think that this is like a very much social commentary Far Cry game?
You know, at first I agree with I mean I saw that from the outside looking in, but not really as time moves forward. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's how the game really is a lot of fun, but I mean it's like it's I can't really, it's hashtag fun. I can't really talk about it, but I think you guys are gonna enjoy it. I think it's got some amazing potential. The thing about it is this: Voss was awesome in Far Cry 3. And the person they're deeming to be the father is amazing. The voice actor is amazing, and the character they've developed is amazing. And those are the types of things that make you want to get enthralled, in my opinion. I think Far Cry 4 missed the mark with the villain. Because think about it, the villain's really the star of the show in the Far Cry games, right? Yeah. And I thought the fourth one kind of missed the mark. Voss was awesome, and I think the potential for the father is awesome. But yeah, Crap, that'll be something that we'll be able to tell in about another 7 days how the media handles it.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, it'll be interesting. But like, do you notice how there's that story going around that you can beat that game in 10 minutes?
But that's something that's always been available on Far Cry games. So apparently that's just a fun gimmicky thing that doesn't ruin the game.
You don't think?
No.
I mean, let me ask you this question. Let me rephrase this. If there was an Xbox exclusive game that could be beaten 10 minutes, how would that be?
Cars would have been flipped over and people would be on fire. Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of double check.
Absolutely.
That's, you know, just checking.
That's how it works, Crap.
Well, yeah, I mean
that's the formula, right?
Of course, that's how it works. But Jay, can we get a voicemail? Because I know we got more.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, certainly. Sorry about that last thing. I'm still working through a couple little audio issues today. So we also have on deck an old friend that hasn't called in a long time. He goes by the name of Enomanopio.
Oh, yes. Good to hear back from that.
Enomanopio. Yes.
Here we go.
Hey, Mooch and Crap, how are you? This is Enomanopio. It's been a while since I called, but I just wanted to leave a message about your last video, Crap, talking about Inside Xbox. Now, I'm not one of the 2%
my last
that thought
video
that,
like 25
obviously
videos
that
ago.
the show was a slap to the face. I mean, I disagree in my opinion, but we're all entitled to our opinions. So I just wanted to say it is what it is. It's they do have a weekly show that highlights what's new in the store, what's coming, and all that stuff. But honestly, I saw the show as more of a magazine show, behind the scenes on certain things going on and things of that nature. So kind of like what IGN would do with their Xbox sections. So honestly, I did not see that as a Nintendo Direct. I don't see why it would be. It's too far from E3 anyway. I mean, yeah, we're double-digit numbers away from the show itself, but they're going to do their own thing for E3 anyway, or they're going to use Inside Xbox for that too. But for what it is, I thought it was pretty cool to see the Sea of Thieves stuff. Yes, you, because I know you've been playing the beta along with Mooch and a couple other guys that I follow on Twitter. But for me, it was pretty cool to see some more behind-the-scenes stuff and, a little bit about the music and production, stuff like that. So, cut it short here. I thought Inside Xbox wasn't bad for a first show. You could tell they were a little nervous because they were fumbling some things, but it was pretty cool. I mean, fans got to get some free gear, stuff like that, and I caught it after the live broadcast, but it was pretty cool. And hey, Jamie got a little shout out there with his picture from Sea of Thieves. So anyway, it was pretty cool. All right, thanks guys, and keep up the good work. Love watching your shows. All right, bye.
Appreciate that element of Listen, my whole thing is this, buddy. The key thing I caught from what you just said that I think really needs to be noted is you said you didn't catch the live stream, you caught it afterwards. Well, that's why I think you enjoyed it more than some others, is just because you were able to go fast forward through the stuff you wanted to watch and not the stuff that. So if you're watching it live when it was broadcasting, I don't even know if it was actually live, but it was broadcasted. You couldn't fast forward it.
It's okay for what it is. Like people just now know what it is. It's don't have those. I like as Xbox fans just go like Dodgeball the movie. Their motto was aim low. So as Xbox fans, just aim low, and you'll be all right.
Well, the thing about it is, I mean, the thing I had a problem with hearing about the rare stuff crap was just because that's like when you see those documentaries. Like, I love The Godfather, right?
I like how you say documentary.
It's like a documentary when they're like, sorry about that. Yeah, I threw a couple. I've had too much coffee. I got to slow down. No, but like that's what it's like. I love The Godfather, right? But I don't feel like the ones where they're like, now let's get in. And really figure out what was going on with Marlon Brando. And it's like, all right, I guess I'll tune in and I'll fast forward to the parts I care about. But I didn't want to know about like the instruments and some of the guys that are 3, 4, 7, 18 tiers lower than Craig Duncan working on like, one palm tree in the game. Like, I didn't need to know that stuff. And the thing about it is that they could have done it a little bit.
But I'm not coming
They did it for 2 hours, crap.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like, and if you watch like This Week on Xbox, it's basically a 2-hour version of that.
Right.
So, I mean,
it's true. It was a 2-hour episode of this on Xbox Weekly.
Yeah, where they Xbox Weekly or whatever it is. So, I mean, like I'll just go into it. Like, if there's something interesting that grabs me, because they always go, this week we're gonna do this and this and this. Like,
right.
I don't particularly care about Far Cry. So if they happen to do one about Far Cry,
right,
or whatever, I know I'm not gonna probably watch. And that's fine. People can watch, enjoy it. I wouldn't expect any kind of big announcements anymore or anything like that. Just take it with kind of go into it with lower expectations,
Right. No, I think that's good advice for anybody, crap. I mean, myself personally, if that's the recipe they're going to keep up, I'm going to watch it just like Elemental did. I'm going to watch it at my leisure. I know that on Saturdays now when they do that every month or every 2 months, I don't need to run and have a big bowl of popcorn ready. I can catch it later and enjoy it for what it is. And that's fine. That's totally fine. A lot of people were thinking it was going to be like a Nintendo Direct, and instead it was more like hopefully I'll say this correctly this time, a documentary.
Yes,
Brought to you by the History Channel. Yes, thank you. So, anyways, I think that's something that gamers are always looking for more. Remember, Craig said that last week, which was really funny. Remember, we kept asking him, "Hey, what about this? Hey, what about that?" And he's like, "That's what I love about gamers. They're always like, hey, what's coming out next?' And we didn't even put out the game yet, you know." So we always want to know what's coming up next.
That's the way it is, man. Like, oh, there's a Kraken in the game. What else is in there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I totally understand that. And I think that, they'll probably take some of the stuff, some of the stuff that our feedback and turn that into a positive. I'm hoping, because like with so many other things that Microsoft tends to do once in a while, you have to wonder who that show was for. Right. Like,
who was that for?
Because a lot of people go, that was really for casuals, but then they're talking about FreeSync. So I don't think that's really geared towards casuals, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So exactly. Or controlling your controller with somebody on Mixer crap.
Or like the funny thing was they could have had a couple of big things in there. Like, hey, guess what? We're doing our E3 this year from this whole theater. Woo!
Right.
That's a big announcement.
And then show like a panorama of they go and they show the whole theater and what it looks like as they make it, like, they deconstruct the seats and make it an atrium with different events. Yeah. Like, show what this thing can be. Show the State of Decay 2 collector's edition. If they did that with and they had Major Nelson with everything out, they would have avoided the debacle.
Yeah, we're not putting a game in here because we're gonna let you decide what you want to play.
You, the gamer, will decide.
You can get this, and then also you can buy the game, or you could just get it on Game Pass.
It's almost like, guys, listen, whenever a big company does a survey or something, they usually send it out to everybody. I think Microsoft only does surveys inside Microsoft. You know what I mean? It's almost, I can see Larry handing out surveys to people that work for him. Tell me what we're doing wrong. Nothing, boss. So, I mean, I don't know. That's my take on it. I think that I really, really think that it would be a little bit more if you got the people's word, get the people's vote out there, get gamers' opinions on things. And that's the kind of show you got to put together. I don't know who that show is for. Like you said, it was a 2-hour What's on Xbox. So
exactly. So, I mean, I don't even know what they had planned next. I can imagine they're probably going to do some State of Decay 2 stuff, which I'm pretty excited for the game. I like seeing the stuff about that. So
absolutely,
that's going to be a big game as well. I think that's going to be that's going to be a lot of fun. And if you like the first one, this looks just like a souped up kind of what we wanted, man. We always wanted a co-op version of that, and I think it looks phenomenal. And it looks like it's going to be more State of Decay. So I think that's and that's not a bad thing.
Right.
That's not a bad, like, a lot of people are like, oh, well, it just looks like State of Decay 1. First of all, it looks a lot better in terms of graphically. Right. And second of all, it does exactly what we wanted it to do, which is give us the co-op option. And
exactly.
And like, it's like, what, 3 times the map size?
I was just going to say, they expanded the size of the map. Crap. It's a lot more. It is a much more clear, less glitchy representation of the first one. But like you said, this is their chance to kind of really shine because it's their first time with a little bit more capital in their pocket. Yeah. So it is more. How much more crap? That's debatable. We don't know yet.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'm excited. I'm very excited for it.
Yep. So I agree 100%. I'm very excited for it. You know what's funny is last night you were playing something else, but it looks like we're gonna have a call. But yeah, we'll talk about this in a second because I wanted to talk about snakes because everybody was having a good time with that yesterday when you weren't there.
I know, it's great though, isn't it?
Yeah. MNC Mornings, what's up? How's it going? Can we hear you this
Come on down,
Jay. It's the guy with money who wants Skate 4. I've just been hearing a lot recently of people trashing every Xbox exclusive every single time. Sea of Z's, State of Delay, Crackdown 3 is trash. But in the same breath, when is Game Pass coming to PlayStation 4? What's going on here, Anyway, I'll speak to you all later. EA, give me Skate 4. We'll sell it to Microsoft. Do something, for God's sake.
Well, there you go. I mean, he kind of went off on. He's saying he's tired. I believe if I heard the call right, he's tired of hearing the nonsense.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Well, we are too, buddy. But the thing is that like I said a few minutes ago, I think 60 to 70% of the time it's the media and sometimes the gamers that are hard on Microsoft, and then sometimes the other 30%, 40%, depending on how you're looking at it, Microsoft kind of does an oops and a folly and trips over their own feet.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate.
I mean, when
their first party's in a little bit of a rough spot right now, and but with Game Pass, I actually have to think that they're gonna work through this pretty well, because if you're gonna have a successful thing like Game Pass, you've got to have the content there that really kind of pushes that. You got to push that to the people. So
right. No, I totally agree with you there, Crap. We should do another voicemail as well, folks. Jay, if you have one queued up.
Yeah.
We have so many.
Certainly, we've got Diggity on deck.
Diggity.
What's up, Mooch, Clap, and Jay? This is your boy, Dirk Giggity here. Hey, man, and listen, I can't wait for Project Last Place to come out. That is a great name for the next Xbox. I love it. But yo, check this out, man. CrapGamer and Zaire, you guys have been really critical of Microsoft lately, and I gotta agree with you mostly. I didn't agree with the Inside Xbox. I just thought that wasn't a big deal. But I agree with you guys because Crap, you made a point that we have this powerful console and we don't really have games to show it off, and that's the absolute truth. I mean, there was a PlayStation guy that said something, name me one Microsoft exclusive that looks as good as Horizon Zero Dawn, and he's like, damn, I really can't, because there is not one right now that we can say looks as good as Horizon Zero Dawn. But I want to ask you guys a question. I was having a debate with a Sony guy, and he asked me a question that I couldn't answer. I was telling him, I was like, yeah, Microsoft has to bring it this E3. But the guy asked me, yeah, but what if they don't? And I couldn't answer that. I said, damn, I don't know. What do you guys think? What if Microsoft doesn't bring it at E3? Us Xbox fans, what do we do? I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? All right. Peace and love, man. I appreciate you guys. Peace and love.
Shout out to Diggity. Thanks for that call, man. Crap, me and Jay were talking about that just before you joined the pre-show. Here's my take on it. I'm going to make it short and sweet because I really want to hear what you have to say, Crap. I'm actually interested myself. I just want to say that I think this is a say-all, end-all, Crap, because me and you being the sports fans that we are, we talked about this years ago. We said when a new coach comes in, you really got to give them 3-4 years. In sports, it's usually 2 or 3 years. But you give them 3-4 years to kind of get the team assembled. They got to go through a draft. They got to let some of the people that they don't want out, get the new people in. You got to see the new coaches, the new GM's direction. After 3-4 years, if you're still in the bottom of the barrel, then you have to start again to look around. I think this E3 is a very telling time for Xbox fans. I really do. I truly, truly do. Even if it's not something coming out this fall. I'm not looking for the answers to come out in September. I'm looking for something on the E3 stage that shows me that the future is bright. It could be 2-3 years from now. I know other people are like, I'm not okay with waiting another 2 or 3 years, and that's fine. I respect you for saying that. But at least show us something. We need to start seeing games. You got to stop putting these cards, holding them to the chest. Put them out there. If something gets canceled, it gets canceled. If you have an idea that's great and you're going to implement it, show us. Show people. Let people run with it. That's my take on it, Crap. I'm very interested to hear what you're going to get, what you're looking to get out of E3, or if anything at all like that.
I'm looking to see what Microsoft wants to do in terms of how bad do they want to keep their people. Right. And I know that sounds dramatic.
Well said.
That sounds dramatic, but it's not.
No, it's not.
There's people that are going to be packed, and there's going to be people that are going to pack ship either way, no matter what they show.
Right.
Just because Sony's going to show Last of Us 2, and people are going to be like, oh my God. And they're going to show Death Stranding for the first time in terms of gameplay, and they're going to go, oh my God.
Yep.
Because people apparently are not intelligent enough to figure out that you can have an Xbox One and a PS4. I know that's weird. Right, but holy shit, you can have both, and I do, and you do, and I play the PS4 exclusives that interest me, but I play everything else on Xbox One X because, believe it or not, 99% of the time we're all playing multiplats, and they all play better on the X.
That's right.
So just throw that out there. So for me personally, I just want to see kind of their roadmap a little bit.
Yes.
Give us a few games that you're working on. If you're working on a Perfect Dark, if you're working on a couple new IPs, have a little faith in your studios for once. Say, hey, this is what we're doing. We got a Fable 4 coming. I want to see some kind of movement from Microsoft. Have some interesting timed content. Have some interesting, marketing deals. Get Call of Duty back. I know people laugh when I say that, but that's like the biggest game.
Yes.
You get the pros playing it, then that puts Xbox back on the map. So, I really think that it's.
I've been saying this for a while, Crap. I know you're in my camp on this. I know we're both on the same page. We have to start seeing Phil kind of backpedal on some of his early comments where like, I don't want to take content from other. Stop it. Just stop it. Go out there. You need to get a Call of Duty back again, okay? We can't keep having the little brother to everything that comes out, right? So PlayStation has Call of Duty. We have Battlefield. Listen, this is not to offend the Battlefield fans. Battlefield is a very good game. It's a very good game. Forget my preference on it, but it doesn't sell like Call of Duty. It doesn't have the commercials like Call of Duty. It doesn't have the pull. You need your Call of Duty back or something to that nature, okay? Then Sony goes out and gets Red Dead. Like, people in the industry are scared to even compete with Red Dead, and Sony's going to be all over that. Sony's going to look like John Marston this goddamn fall.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to be dressed up like the Wild Wild West. Like, you have to stop with this nonsense. You need to go out there. You need to put your money where your mouth is, get these big companies, and then you need to make sure that you have a sliver of the game, whether it be collectibles or the way your character looks or a mission. You need to have some timed content on your console. We've got to stop. Somebody over there on the West Coast, blow out the candles.
Yeah.
Blow them out. It's time to get down to business. And this is just, like you said, Xbox fans just want a glimmer of hope. That's all they're looking for. Show something.
Yeah,
Show something.
I think they're going to have, and they're going to have to, you know what I mean? And like I said, because I believe that they believe that Game Pass, it doesn't matter what I believe,
right?
But I believe that they believe that Game Pass is their future. So,
and that's fine.
You're going to have constant content. Like, look,
right.
What is Santa Clarita Diet? I think that show's hilarious on Netflix, right? It's
Right.
like literally every week they're releasing something new on there. And I know that people, like, I kind of compare them a little bit differently because to produce movies and TV is a lot easier and faster than games, right? Games take years. TV shows don't. I mean, they're already doing the third season of what the hell is that one show? Stranger Things, right?
Yes.
Like that'll be out probably by the end of the year.
But you're right, though, Crap. They need to have constant content.
Constant. So we do have a call, though. MNC Mornings, what's up?
Thanks, Jay. Great Canadian web slinger, Mighty Spidey here. All hell Jay, all hell Jay. A little service announcement for you, Crap. Being a Redskins fan, I know we hate each other on football. My team sucks, I know. Just a little service announcement. One of the receivers you picked up was a Redskins receiver, Ryan Grant. And just to let you know, he's a great receiver. He's a super duper route runner. He'll probably help spell you on the third downs and stuff like that. I'm sad to see him go. Now back to gaming. Just what you guys were talking about, crossplay with PC, with Sea of Thieves and stuff like that. I'm just going to bring another angle to the whole PC crossplay thing. You know who crossplay benefits? And even though most of the people won't think about this, crossplay benefits PC players. Because if you played PC before, usually like the cheating is not dealt with barely at all on the PC side. Now, when you have crossplay with console and PC, not everybody cheats on PC. Most of the people don't cheat on PC. And that's when you got the crossplay with Xbox and stuff like that, that doesn't fall on deaf ears as much. So there's a lot more taking care of cheaters on both sides on the PC side when you have crossplay. So it really does benefit the PC. How does that benefit us guys? Not as much. I understand that. But it's just another angle. Now, Mooch, I just want to address, you keep talking about E3 sometimes, and I had a point about it. I want to tell you, you're right, but now I'm going to tell you why you're wrong.
Oh.
Now, you're right with the football analogy. I think you're using the wrong event in terms of the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is like pre-existing games. It's like, you know, like the Call of Duty championships like that. I think it's a good analogy, but the analogy you need to use is I wouldn't use the Super Bowl, but I would actually use the NFL draft, because I think the NFL draft is more like E3. It's upcoming situation, upcoming games and stuff like that. And the Super Bowl already travels all over the place. And also you have a perfect venue. Like if E3 was ever going to move, it's not going to move to Craps, Florida. It's only got one place, and you know this, Mooch. It's only got one place to go. The first time it's going to move, it's going to have to move to New York, which would be amazing. And they've already done stuff in New York, and you already have a venue there, because forever they held the NFL draft. Ever since they did public NFL draft, it was always in New York, always, until recently, which brings back to the E3 thing. You have an example. I mean, people were like so against the draft moving from New York because it was all so well set up. And then they tried it in Chicago. Huge, huge, huge success. Then they tried it in Philadelphia last year.
Show.
Huge, huge success. Maybe
come out
possibly
to see the Mooch and Crap and Spidey show.
Get all the atmosphere and the juices going to charge them up to possibly even win the Super Bowl. So I think E3, I think it should move. I agree totally with you guys. Like if you want to reinvigorate E3, move it one time. Bring it to where people are going to be like, no longer, E3, this is great. No, you guys are going to be like bouncing up and down on the ground. E3's in New York, E3's in New York. I want to go to E3. So I think it's a great idea to move it, to change up the atmosphere, and it would have to come to New York. And I think it's more like the NFL draft. Anyways, thanks, guys. I love everything. I love Crossfire and Xbox Nation was awesome this time. And we'll talk to you soon, guys. Take care.
All right.
That intermission was brought to you by Mighty Spidey and Canada.
Well, you know what's funny is he's like you can tell like he's kind of a casual football fan because he brings up the receiver that we vetoed because his ankle was bad. Which actually I think some shady stuff happened because another Crabtree came available and we were like, why are we sinking $30 million in this guy? So
right.
Yeah. So
no, I mean I'm with you on that. I want to address his point, though. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not saying, first of all, we all consider E3, that we all joke about it. We call it the Super Bowl. Yeah. I understand what he's saying, though, where it's the draft, where it's the potential, right? So E3 is truly the potential. You're seeing what's coming. So I get his point. I do. Mighty Spidey, I do understand where you're coming from on that. But realistically, my whole, I think you were missing was where me and Crap have made the sports analogy is this is Phil's fourth year at the helm. At this point, his vision has to be crystal clear. I understand that it took a lot of time and effort to get that X out, and bravo to the team. Amazing work. They stopped the bleeding. They stopped the resolution bleeding. They did it. They did a hell of a job.
Can you imagine if they didn't do that? We'd not only would we be getting this game bullshit, but we'd be getting P bullshit again too.
Yeah, it would be P's and games, right? It would be an utter catastrophe. Not to use a CF3 reference, but we would be completely sunk.
We would be sunk.
Okay, but now looking for snakes. I don't know. I don't know no snakes.
I don't know no snakes.
It's hard. Crap, you should tell the story because it's hard to even.
No. So basically, me, Mooch, Assassin, and Clowns, those two from Four Guys with Quarter podcast, we were playing Sea of Thieves, and we kept on saying snakes, and so me and Mooch, are Joe Pesci fans. So if you've ever watched Home Alone, that's a part in that movie where he's like snakes. No, I don't know no snakes.
I don't know no snakes. And the reason we kept saying it was because every few minutes, listen, the snakes that are on the island aren't really even in your way, but every time you're playing with a group of four, someone's like, I got bit by a snake. Where's the snake? And people are like, snakes.
Or we're going to Snake Island.
Yeah, Snake Island. That was the best. Who's the snakes? I don't know no snakes.
I don't know no snakes. Yeah,
sorry, guys. Might be an East Coast joke. But
no, because last night Assassin even posted that GIF.
Yes, he did. It was great. I retweeted it immediately.
It was hilarious. Yeah.
So
snakes. Snakes. I don't know no snakes.
That's going to be our theme, Crap, for the next couple of months.
So it was absolutely hilarious. I mean, like I said, that game is that's one of the reasons I like that game, because it's you're just having fun with your friends, man, and that's what it's all about. Even people that you would have in game. I'd never game with Downer before, but it was fun as hell.
Downer's great.
It was funny because and thank God I got my Xbox Record that thing working again. But it was some of us were getting drunk on the top of the boat, right? And Downer goes, "Oh, look at that shark! I'm gonna go kick its ass." So he jumps in and gets eaten by the shark. what I mean?
That's what
So
I'm
I
saying.
mean, yeah, that's
You
like,
really
that's-
do. It's not just create your own adventure, but it's create your own stories, crap. You can really put your feet up, have a couple of beers, hit the high seas with your buddies. And listen, these jokes that you're hearing, we were laughing. Like maybe it was because the beers were kicking in, but we were all having such a good time playing the game, right? Like when we started doing like snakes. You know what I mean? You guys are going to be saying that now too. When someone's like, "Watch out for the snakes," I don't know no snakes.
I don't know no snakes.
So it's just you kind of make your own adventure. The game is what it is, guys.
This game is really like Dungeons and Dragons. Like if anyone's not played Dungeons and Dragons, this is basically.
I can see your point, Jay.
Yeah, or you know, maybe they don't like Minecraft, or you know, there's plenty of games. Like for me, like I said, it's a $9.99 game. Try it out for free. See if it's something you like. I wish games like honestly, Microsoft is doing fans a huge service. You can basically try these things for free in Game Pass, and then if you like them, buy them, or you know, keep keep paying. You know, you can keep paying for it, or you can buy them out, or whatever. You know, Sony doesn't do that. You know, and Nintendo doesn't really do that. So it's you know, I think it's really realistically up to people to kind of do that for themselves. And if you don't like it, look, there's plenty of games that I've bought over the years that were like, speaking of content, man, the first Battlefront, the first Titanfall, you know, there's tons of The Order 1886. Literally, you beat that game in 3 hours. You know,
that's the thing. And I know I used this word crap and you got a chuckle out of it a month or two ago, but we used to talk about it years ago. I'm going to bring it up again. Value, right? So Sea of Thieves is $9.99 a month. Okay. Or it's $60, or you can get it mooched. However you want to go, folks. Okay. You have 3 options as far as I'm concerned. Others have 2.
Try to mooch it. Yeah.
Right. But nonetheless, my point is that like you get me and Crap have almost like I have at least 20 hours, 25 hours. Crap's got over 35 hours in the damn thing. Not including his beta and alpha run, but those are kind of wiped clean because now the game's
I'm
out.
not counting, like, if you counted that shit, it'd be like 100
No,
hours.
you're 100 hours, right.
Because I had like 65, 75. And you know what's funny is the people that are like, oh, man, like, are you damage controlling that? How do you damage control? If you're enjoying something, you're enjoying it.
Dude,
you know
I got to
what
be honest with you. I mean, I have, and Crap knows, me and Crap have had some amazing discussions. I got to be honest with you. This has been an eye-opening week for me. But at the same time, I have my concerns on I've been very vocal. Crap knows it. It's documented for the past 3 months. I have my concerns on what's coming in the game, but I have to say, the minute I strike up the game and I start playing with Crap, like we don't stop laughing and goofing off and having a great time. Yeah. So it's hard to say, like Crap just said, it's not damage control. I'm not damage controlling my laughter I had 2 nights ago when we played for 5 hours.
Yeah.
You know, I got other things I could do for 5 hours if I wasn't enjoying it.
I mean, like, I got to be honest, man. I put more time in Sea of Thieves, the release game, than I did Horizon Zero Dawn, and I beat that game.
Right. God bless you.
Yeah, more. I know, right?
I can't. I just can't play that
more
game.
Hours in that game than I did Mass Effect Andromeda, which I beat that game. You know, so like for people when they're like then maybe that's their opinion. Like, oh, they wanted more. They like, and I'm sure that like more will come because that's the way those games work. Yeah. You know, but for me right now, there's plenty to do. I want to become a pirate legend. Oh, damn, we do have a
call. Yes.
Yeah. MNC Mornings, what's up?
Come on down. Hey now.
Hey Mooch, hey Crap. Oh hell Jay. Oh hell Jay.
Oh god, who put the J?
Jay must be paying. I think he's paying people.
Mooch, you just said something that was so utterly correct that it blew my socks off. You are correct. The X did stop the bleeding with the resolution stuff, and now the gains are coming. If you see Phil's timeline, he has been taking it one piece at a time. I know Crap is upset and angry because he hasn't seen the game. I'm upset I haven't seen the games. But I'll tell you this much. I'm a loyal Xbox fan. For me, it's either Xbox or nothing. And let me tell you, I know this year the games are coming. The fans must be patient. There's a big surprise for all of us at E3, and then we will all be happy, and we will be saying Xbox, the best box. Okay, guys, have a good one.
That was awesome. Maybe that was an Xbox insider. He's very sure of himself. Did you hear him right there? He knows,
wow.
You will get a surprise. I like that. Good call. No, we know who that is. He's a faithful fan, MNC. Awesome dude that called in right there. Like, I got to be honest with you, Crap. The games, I think we're going to see some games at E3. We are. The question is it the games that we want?
Well, I mean, it depends on who you ask, I'm sure.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I know that sounds like a rhetorical question. It's not fair, but Crap, you know what I mean? Like, are we going to get another 5 games as a service games? Are we going to get 3 single player IPs? Are we going to get 1 of each? I mean, that's what I mean by that. Let's be more specific.
I don't suspect we'll see it, like, and I could be wrong. Very many single player games, like strictly, without some kind of co-op or multiplayer aspect, because that doesn't, Microsoft wouldn't make sense to do a big AAA single player game and then put it up for Game Pass where people could just, not even really pay for it and just play it. So I'm not sure that that's something that that they will do. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we could see. Maybe Phil does seem to think that Game Pass could breed more single player games. I'm not sure I buy that. So I guess we'll have to see. But I do think we'll get stuff like Fable 4 and probably Perfect Dark, and I know we've got some kind of surprise new IPs. And they're trying to cut deals for new games. They've got to almost constantly have tons of games ready to come out. They really do. They
have
really
to have.
They've got to have
at least within at least by next fall.
Yeah. Ernie says Hellblade Xbox One X enhancements in 4K HDR, better frame rates. Yeah, that's pretty much been confirmed now. Like, look, that's not really my type of game, but if you are a single player game, go ahead and pick it up. That game's weird.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I
tried to play it, man. I
liked it. I liked it. Crap. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm not going to. Yeah, I just can't. I can't look. But you know what? Like you said, but there's people who are harsh on us for liking Sea of Thieves. I mean, listen. Here's the thing, Crap. There's a game out there for everybody, right? That game has a specific lore to it for people that like this different element. They went at it a different way, where you're in the head of the protagonist. Okay, you're in the head.
And
this person has
crazy,
and she's batshit or whatever it is. I don't know what her psycho problem is. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but my point is that a lot of people dug that look at playing a game differently. So look, it's an inexpensive title. It's not a $60 game. The game's well made, and I probably won't be buying it. I already have it on PlayStation.
I do too.
I just can't.
For me.
Yeah, I just can't see. Don't get me wrong. If I get a review copy or something like that, I'd be more than happy to take a look at it. But I mean, I can't see going. A lot of Xbox folks that have dual consoles or 3 consoles are not going to run to go pay for it again. A lot of people are like, I am Mooch, I'm doing it. Well, that's great. You carry that movement with you. But I mean, a lot of us are not. There's so many games coming out in the next 2 months. I don't know if people want to just throw $30 if they already have it on another platform. So. Yeah. And that's okay. That's just, it's happened to Xbox, where Xbox had the game first and then Sony got it, and it didn't, people didn't run out and buy it again, So I understand your point there, Crap. We should probably take another voicemail, Jay, if you don't mind.
Certainly. Let's see who we have on deck now. We've got, I'm gonna do like a eeny, meeny, miny, mo here because we have so many.
Yes.
Let's go with our old friend, Raphael.
Ninja Turtle.
Yes.
Hey, Mooch, Crap, and JDUBBS. It's your favorite Ninja Turtle calling you from the frozen tundra once known as the state of Massachusetts. And my question for you this week is, why aren't we allowed, apparently, to set a standard for certain video games? And what I mean is, I've been in arguments in several different dedicated forums about how certain companies do a certain genre very well, and other companies should learn from them. And every time that happens, an army of fanboys or non-fanboys rise up and say, you should not do that. You should not compare the 2 games. You should not say that company X did this game better. I mean, why am I not allowed to say that The Witcher 3 set the standard for open world RPGs? Why can't I say, hey, you know what? CDPR did this game or this kind of game much better than this other company, and this other company should learn from it. Why am I not allowed to say that ID made an amazing first-person shooter with Doom, and 343 should learn from them in the sense that they made amazing visuals with no downfalls, no half-frame animations, no really crappy textures. I mean, they did an amazing work. Why shouldn't I say, hey, you know what, Halo 6, should look like that. It should do this, just as they did. I have no idea. Is it bad? Is it a byproduct of the kumbaya mentality? Don't judge anybody. Don't point out anybody's shortcomings. Everybody's good. Everybody's awesome. Minus Microsoft. Everything they do is trash. Obviously, I understand that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Why is this? What is this mentality? Is it becoming more mainstream? Let me know. I will listen to you guys on Monday on my way to work.
Well, I mean, like, I think it's kind of an interesting thing. I don't think it's really kumbaya, but I mean, if you look at how Doom was made, I think that game was a very different breed of game than, say, a Halo. Halo is known for great single player aspects as well, whereas Doom, I finished, I think, probably about half of that game, and I couldn't tell you what the hell was going on with the story. So even though Halo 5 had kind of a lackluster story in Halo terms, they always have the story, and it's a little bit more open worlded, I think, than a little bit more sandboxy as compared to Doom. So like that's a big difference as well. So
yeah, no, I agree with you there, Crap. And I mean, like I said, when it comes to story, I'm with you. A lot of times I like the initial part of a game for its story, and then halfway through the game, you're so into the fighting mechanics. It's like,
like Doom was great because it was so smooth and all that was awesome, right? The fighting mechanics were smooth, and it was, like I really like that. So
I agree.
For me, but if you were asking me which one was better, it is Halo, because the Halo multiplayer was toppermost of the poppermost. Like you couldn't really beat that. Whereas the Doom multiplayer was made by a different team and was okay, but it wasn't just tacked on. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I totally agree. Great call in by Raphael.
Yes.
Our in-house Ninja Turtle. Thank you, Raphael.
It's always good to hear from you.
Jay, you want to go ahead and play another one? Guys, we're going to be doing a bunch of back-to-back unless we get a live call. We have so many voicemails, and we do have the Wheel of Wonder today.
That's right. We have a person who's been calling in the last couple of weeks, JDGamer.
Okay, JD. James.
Hey Mooch, hey Crap, hey JDUBBS. This is JDGamer on the mic. I got a serious question for you guys. As an Xbox fan, I often find that we all don't mind talking positively about the PlayStation, and if we own one, or the Switch, and if we own one, and the games that we might play on those platforms. But I find that PC, Nintendo, and Sony fans really don't have that capability. It's like pulling teeth from a tiger to get them to talk positively about the Xbox. Can you guys tell me how you feel about that? And additionally, would you yourselves have ever bought a PlayStation or Switch if Microsoft had offered a wider variety of exclusive games? Thanks, guys. Once again, this is JD Gamer on the mic, and I'm out.
That's a great question.
It is, but it's super easy to answer. It doesn't matter the variety of games. It's that they're exclusive. So I play the Switch because I like the Nintendo exclusives, Mario and Mario Kart and Smash Brothers. I play the Sony. I buy the Sony consoles because I like Uncharted and God of War and stuff like that. I buy Xbox because honestly I like Xbox Live and and their exclusives as well, like the Gearses and Halos and Forzas. So it didn't matter. They could have a million exclusives, and I would still have to buy the other two consoles because they have their own exclusives that I enjoy as well. So
yeah, but I think the first part of the question is where I was a little bit more enthralled. You're right. That was the easier part to it. When there's exclusives, true gamers will show up there. The problem is, and I haven't quite figured this out, and I think Microsoft can't even figure this out. Why is it that Xbox fans have, this is what he was saying, Crap, a majority of Xbox fans have PlayStations and Nintendo Switches, but a lot of the PlayStation guys or Nintendo hardcore don't have an Xbox. And, don't give me that you can play it on PC thing. That's not really holding water, because it's always been an uphill battle.
You play on a console. It's pretty
right, exactly. So that's where I'm going with this, Crap. So I don't really know how to answer the call. I think that's why I said it's such a good question, is for some reason Microsoft's not hitting the hearts of the hardcore gamers on the other platforms. And I don't know why they're missing the mark. There's a disconnect there. And I think it's because they don't have some of those single player IPs that, this is one of the things that I really truly want to get into on maybe another episode of MNC, or we could talk about it this upcoming week, is Microsoft has not done a good job this generation of creating new characters. Okay. Yeah. Sony, on the other hand, has given you Aloy. Sony's giving you whoever this person's going to be in Death Stranding. Sony's giving you Joel and Ellie, where, they didn't have those folks before. They had just, Nathan Drake, and they just had, what was it there? Excuse me, Kratos. But now they have Kratos' son. And they've got so many people that when a game comes out, they get so excited because they want to know what's going on next in that character's life. Microsoft has it with Halo, and they didn't do it well in Halo 5 because they left Master Chief completely out of the story. Everyone couldn't wait to see what was going on with their favorite hero, and they have to wait till number 6 comes out. And then with Gears, I like what they did with JD. I liked what they did with James. They did a great job. But again, that's one. They had Jewel with Recore, blah, 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 blah. They had that's a big hit on their hands that they're not throwing any money at. They didn't do enough with it. So what Sony does that keeps gamers coming from other platforms in is they've built new character types. They've got new people coming out in games that you can't wait to find out about these experiences and where they're going to take you with it. I'm not saying you're going to like the gameplay or this and that. You might hate the game, but you're interested a little bit from where you're like, oh, that's a new character. Maybe I can get behind that. And that's where Microsoft's lacking. They don't have all these games that they're coming out with that are multiplayer focused. Like, look at Sea of Thieves. Great game. But you know who I can't, you know the most enthralling person in Sea of Thieves is for me? Crap! CrapGamer's the character I can't wait to play Sea of Thieves with. There's no one to get involved with and get to know and get interested in.
You know what's funny is this guy in the chat, he's like, crap, did you buy all the best versions on third party on PlayStation first 3 years? I bought I'm a multiplayer mostly gamer, right. And so Xbox Live was superior. So even if the games had some more P's on the PlayStation 4 at the beginning, I still felt that the Xbox Live aspect was much better. So that's basically what it came down to me. But yeah, I think that for me personally, that's what it comes down to. It has nothing to do with the Xbox, and not only that, but you have to look at the difference between Xbox One and PS4 at the beginning of the generation. 900p to 1080p on some games is not a big difference, whereas 1080p or 1440p versus 4K, that's a huge fucking difference. Huge, and not only that, but 4K assets. Right. That's a huge difference, right? Yes. We're not talking a little tiny difference.
Yeah, we're not talking about 180p.
Yeah, we're talking about a ton of P's. And then look a good example of this, right? Fortnite, the most popular game in the world right now. Right? They announced at GDC it's going to be going up to 4K on the Xbox One X at 60 frames, and it's locked at 1080p on the PS4 Pro. Double the resolution on the Xbox One X. Right? I mean, come on. It's just rubbing it in at this point. It's so much better than the PS4 Pro. So
no, I totally agree.
It's not even a little better. It's way better. Way better.
Right.
Way better.
Let's do another voicemail.
Yeah.
That calls for another voicemail. Dilly.
Let's go with good old Monkey Punch.
Okay. Oh,
Monkey Punch.
Yeah. Monkey Punch.
Hey, Mooch, Crap, Jay, this is Monkey Punch calling from Chicago. I got a question. What would happen if Microsoft didn't have Gears, Forza, or Halo? It didn't have any new IPs. What would that happen? What do you think that would happen if they didn't have those IPs to showcase everybody? Let me know what you think of the question. Great show, guys. Bye.
What did he ask?
He asked what do you think what do you think would happen if Microsoft didn't have Gears, Forza, or Halo?
Well, I don't know. If McDonald's didn't have the Big Mac or their signature fries, where would they be?
I don't know. Exactly. So it's like it's so funny to see that, or to hear something like where would Sony be without Uncharted, God of War, and Gran Turismo?
Right. Right.
It's weird. Where would Nintendo be without Zelda
and Mario
and Smash Brothers? Like, come on. It's like, I don't know.
I mean, Microsoft, but you know what though? Just to take that question and build off of it, here's the thing. If I'm Microsoft and I'm sitting in a game developer meeting and we're really brainstorming, we have nothing. We're all sitting down. We got a lot of talented people in the room. I would say that question, actually, Crap. I would say, okay, starting tomorrow, if there's no Halo, Gears, or Forza, which one of you guys at this table is going to make me a franchise, a new IP that conquers and keeps my Xbox gamers on this platform without those three? Don't rest on those three. One of you has to bring something to my table that I can honestly say is a new pillar in our franchises that I want to have, and you have to imagine that those three are not going to be there to save the day. That's how you have to pose the question. Not have people come up and be like, we were thinking about doing this thing called Happy Shiny People, and it was going to be, stop. You have to have something that's new IP that really captures the essence of what gamers want in today's day and age. And I hope Microsoft is having that kind of a meeting somewhere in Redmond. Somewhere.
Well, you would hope so. Anyway.
I hope so. We have a live call, Crap.
Oh, do we?
Yes.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
M&T Mornings, what's up?
Hey now.
Almost does.
Hey there, Mooch and Crap. This is my candle is James Bond OHMS. I'm from London. I was your second caller on the first time you started doing live calls. It's good. I watch you guys on Sea of Thieves, and I've been wanting to get in. So if you see an invite from me, please accept it because it's fun. And what I want to say, so firstly, Sea of Thieves. So it's a AAA Microsoft game. I see the complaints, I see the love in it, and it's the way you see Craig Duncan and the other guys describe the game and the support they've been giving it. Personally, I think it's a fantastic game. I played the game for like 3 hours yesterday, didn't run into anyone. I was just like getting the crates and the skulls and whatever, and that was fine. Last 20 minutes, I met a few ships. Yes, they fired on me. So that's the game. You just, you go with it. You play either solo or obviously it's more fun with your friends because I can see it with your streams as well. But the complaint certain people are making about how it's empty and that Microsoft didn't deliver and they made empty promises. No, they didn't. They said from day one it was this open world multiplayer experience. It'll be going on forever. It's like there's no end to it because there's no competitive leveling up per se. It's all about real experience. You look at the character and you see, oh, you've got that gun, you've got that hat, it's about that. It's not about like getting a level 50 gun or a level 50 armor. It's a different kind of game, and I see what they're doing there. It's like trying to take away that, not competitive multiplayerness, but just make it something different that we can try. And if we enjoy it. And I can see, look, I've been gaming since 1982. I would consider myself a bit of a veteran gamer. So I've seen how we act as gamers evolve. It's like some of the things you said before about how you used to hit the game magazines every month to get the reviews, to get the opinions, to get the feel on the street about what a certain game is about, or a certain game publisher like Sony or Nintendo or Sega back in the day. And you used to rely on these magazines, and these were credible, well, semi-credible, I'd say, writers who were passionate, who weren't biased by social media and the fact that they were in a generation. Here's the thing as well. So I made some comments about whatever on maybe this stream, not this stream, maybe another one. And I've mentioned the fact, I'm 43. And then someone was like, dude, if you're playing games in your 40s, you've got a problem. And I'm like, are you for real? People like me we were playing these games at their inception. We saw what it was about. We bought into that. We bought all of that stuff and pushed it forward. And now I'm not allowed to continue playing games. I mean, that's another issue anyway. But I digress. I apologize. But my point was, the Sea of Thieves, going back, I got Game Pass. I had a free trial because I got an Xbox One X, so I got the month free trial. So I gave it a go just to see what Sea of Thieves is about. And I'm in an either camp. I'll either buy Game Pass because it's not that bad. You get all these games because, man, I've got a massive backlog of games, massive, because I buy my games. Like I said, I'm a age where I can afford to buy my games. Do you know what I mean? Not like throwing my cash around, but you know, you're a responsible adult. You make your choices about how you spend your free time. So it's a lot of money though. It does add up. 15 in England, it's about £50 a game, which is about, I don't know, $60 or so. So it adds up, you know, over the course of a few months. So Game Pass in a way kind of makes sense because I'm not finishing games. I'm going through to a certain extent, then bang, the next one comes and it's like, okay, I got to put that in the catalog. So Game Pass kind of gives you the opportunity to sort of go through some games and then pick them up later and then maybe renew your subscription, whatever. That's cool with me. The other point I wanted to make about what you were saying about Sony and how they market things, and it is an interesting point. There's a definite difference in the way Sony market their product compared to Xbox. And in the UK, I've noticed that their adverts, they target like the kids, basically the younger generation, the street talk. They use that kind of language in their adverts. If you see UK adverts for PS4, you'll see it. They've got the voiceover is a guy who's just like a young guy, you know, he's got friends that he's street friends, you know what I mean? They're not like Microsoft's adverts are quite corporate sounding, like, you know, Xbox from Microsoft, blah, blah, blah. It's very straight and linear, where Sony kind of are have a bit more street cred, and they're cool. And I think it's because, and I'll tell you, I used to work in an equivalent of GameStop, I think, in America, where, you know, we sold games and bought in trade-ins and whatever. And I noticed that a lot of the kids were just PlayStation. And I used to, you know, talk to them about it. And a lot of it is trending. It's the hot item. It's like when the new iPhone comes out, everyone wants one. I don't know why, but they want one. And I feel that with Sony have dominated that part of the marketing in this generation for 100%. Xbox and Microsoft kind of gave them a bit of a leg up there with the mistakes, but that's what happens. Next generation, we'll see, because Phil Spencer, genius. He has basically lifted the Xbox brand from what it was to what it is. And the One X is an amazing console. It's the best console I've ever had, hands down, in terms of what it can do, the power. I have a 4K TV with full HDR. Sea of Thieves blows me away. If you see my feed, I think I'm on your friends list. You see the pictures. And yeah, and I mean, the other stuff about more games in E3, I hope we'll see that, because Sony do have a strong first party, and it's ones that people keep coming back for these games, and Microsoft need to step it up for sure, because you can't rely on Gears, Halo, and Forza, as many people say. As much as they're fantastic games, and I own all of them, we need new stuff. I mean, I'm looking at, I don't know if you've seen this game Star Citizen, which is a PC game. It's an incredible open world outer space adventure. Xbox One X could probably handle that. Something new, something different, something in a way like Sea of Thieves, where the adventure is left up to you. Maybe they could combine it where you have a list of things that missions you can do, but also missions that, like Sea of Thieves, you go on your adventure with your friend and discover for yourself. I mean, it's the ultimate game, but you know, whatever. I'm rambling again, but I want to say, you guys, I love you guys. I listen to you quite often. You need a voice from this side of the pond. What's his name? Does Windows Central. He's cool. More. We need, because there's things going on this side of the pond that you'd be interested in, and in terms of gaming and so on. And keep up your good work, guys. You crack me up. Mooch, I miss your one-liners, you know, and your analogies. I need to hear more of them. But regards from London, and have a good day, guys.
Well, appreciate it. You know, and like I said, I know a lot of guys a lot of people call in. And he apparently had those notes ready from 6 months ago. He was ready to rock and roll. Yeah, we know it's like try to keep calls to about a minute, folks, or a little less, just because we want to answer your questions and we want to get other folks in here too. But thank you for that call.
I couldn't tell you what the hell his question was.
I don't. Yeah. To be honest with you, it was more of a story. To be honest with you. But yeah, no, appreciate the call though. Thank you.
Guys, I think it might be some time for some comedy relief.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah.
Okay, what do we got?
We
I think we have something coming in from
something's coming in from the satellite.
Okay. Good news, man. Looking forward to this.
Hi Mooch, hi Crap, how you guys doing? Oh yeah, hi Graphic God, you retro renegade, you. Well, Sheeta just wanted to come say hi, let you know what I've been up to lately. guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna play some picture pages of Phil Spencer's Future of Xbox. It's gonna be so easy. This guy, Phil Spencer, he makes my job so much easier. Let's get our Sony crayons, not that crayon. Need big crayon for this because we are gonna draw. Guess what I'm drawing, ladies and gentlemen? Guess what it is? It's it's supposed to be a cloud. Can you say cloud, boys and girls? The power of the cloud. Jesus, Phil Spencer, what is wrong with you? Don't you know people like to get games and not rely on the shitty cloud? Guess what is gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen? Phil Spencer, he thinks he's a smart guy. He's gonna get all of you to get the power of the cloud and then charge you guys for OneDrive storage. The more games you want. Cameraman, I'll smack the holy shit out of you. The more storage you want, the more you gotta pay for the storage. Just saying. Yoshida's smart. I keep things simple. Let's see what else is going on in Xbox news. Don't worry, I'll be gone in a minute. Don't want to take up your precious time or anything. Let's look at the future of Xbox. This should be easy once again. We'll make this quick. Guess what this is? Picture pages. Oops, I messed up, but it's okay. We are drawing a picture of... Let me stick a hat on him. Picture of Goofy. I'm not best artist in the world, but does this look like Goofy? Get away, power of the cloud. Wasn't talking to you. Phil Spencer. Don't you know people don't like cartoons? If we want to watch that, we'll get Nickelodeon or something. Where did your edge go, Phil Spencer? Did it go in the power of the cloud? We at Sony, we like games with stories. We like scary games. We like blood and weird demented stuff with the guy from The Walking Dead that has babies out of his butt. Okay, I think that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining Yoshida's update. Without me, your whole world would be lost. Let me motorboat the camera. Bye crap, bye gamer, bye mooch, bye you bungholes in the chat.
You're listening to M&C in the Mornings. As always, remember, you can't take anything they say seriously. It's just jokes. Jokes performed by YouTube professionals, and usually the joke's on them.
Megaton! Well, there you go, Crap. The great Yoshida has...
Hey, you know what? Everyone's a goddamn critic nowadays.
Everyone's
right?
a critic.
Hey,
yeah.
man, you guys could all do a better show. Just go ahead and slap it together, and I'm sure everybody will go watch it. I mean, shit, I've seen more people crop up and do reviews this week than
everyone's Siskel and Ebert.
Everyone's doing reviews now. Everyone's got a microphone. Everybody's doing a podcast. Everybody's doing, something. So
it is. Hey, that's the era we're in. It's the era of options, though. Crap. It's
90% of them shouldn't, though.
Right. Well, hey, open your window and scream out it. We'll see what happens.
Wise words with crap.
Yes.
You probably shouldn't.
Don't. Anyway, Jay, let's do another voicemail and see if we have an interesting question that can arise.
Sure.
Yes.
We've got Flemish Boy.
Oh, okay. Good,
Nice.
good supporter.
Absolutely.
Hi, Crab Mooch, JDUBBS. It's a Flemish boy here. So I was thinking about the CE from State of Decay 2. Many people are thinking, oh no, there's no game. I'm smarter. I was thinking about it, and what I came up with is that when people have the CE, they have Game Pass, probably play the game that way. It seems to be, I think it's getting more popular over time. So some people are not gonna buy the CE because they have Game Pass, because there would be a game in it. But because there's no game in it, people can buy the collector's edition without the game because they have the Game Pass. So yeah. Also, when you think about it, there are two versions of the game. You have the standard edition and the other edition, the special or ultimate edition with the first game. So some people already have the first game in their digital backlog or physical. So I was thinking, like, when you have the CE and you take the one version or the other, people are always going to complain because some people want the version with the two games and some people want the version with the first game, with the second game only. So I think it's actually very smart of them to do it this way, but they had to actually say that they did something wrong, because I think they didn't oops with it, and yeah, that's what I think, at least. I've told many people they think it's a reasonable theory, but I want to know what you guys think. Okay, bye.
Well, Famish Boy, Crap, did you actually get the premise of the question?
His question was, man, why is Mooch and Crap so awesome? And I gotta tell you, I don't know, man. It's just who you are.
Such a great question.
That was a great question, man. We really appreciate the support. Thank
Yes.
you guys so much for taking your time out to send in comments and
Someone
stuff
asked
like
a
that.
question in the chat, Crap, that we both answered at the same time, and I thought it was interesting. You think Sea of Thieves, and I understand that you could pull away to do a wave or a dance in it, but it would have been interesting if it had a third person view.
Person mode. Yeah, I mean, I think that probably would have been fine. I think that maybe I don't know, like third person versus first person. Is there an advantage? I don't know how that stuff works.
No, I
but,
wouldn't say advantage. I just meant for the look of the game. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, because you do get like a lot of skins and stuff, so I do get that. You know, so yeah, I probably actually, to be honest, options, right?
Right, options.
Options, folks. Options.
It's the era of options. What do you think, Crap? Let me ask you a question before we go to another voicemail. What's your take on the whole? How do you think Game Pass is playing into Sea of Thieves right now? I know it's early, but
I think a ton of people are playing it. Even though there's a lot of people complaining, I think that the fact that they still haven't turned back on the achievements or any of that stuff proves that more and more people keep on turning on the game, and that's awesome. That's healthy for the game. People will leave, people will come back, people will experience it for the first time a week from now. You know, some people avoid launches of games, you know, because there's problems. So
there's nothing, especially massive online games like this that are server based. Like you know, you're going to always run into a bit of an issue, right? All of the big ones have.
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan,
I'm
how's
just
it going,
interested,
man?
and I hope, I really do hope, for Rare's sake, that the patch that they have come out next week.
A little
takes
bit of
care
breaking news. They officially announced Hellblade is coming to Xbox One on April 11th. Xbox One X enhanced and everything as well. So good news.
A few people in the chat are asking about that. Crap's right. That is, it is officially coming out with the X enhancements.
They announced it. Yep, X enhancements and everything, folks. So if you
Crap,
want
did you play? Did you play A Way Out yet?
No, I don't. $30, man. Woo! If somebody wants to mooch me a copy, I'll play it.
There you go. There you go, folks. There it is.
Mooch me a copy. And
Mooch 101. I haven't played it yet either, to be honest with you. I was gonna pick it up Friday night, and then I got into Sea of Thieves, and that was that. We played. We had a blast, actually. I think we played until like God, it was almost 2 a.m.
Apparently, they can hear you talking, Jay. But yeah, we'll take the phone call.
We can hear Jay talking.
Yeah, they hear you taking the call.
Jay, we can hear you. Yeah, they're hearing Jay take the call. That's great.
Nice.
Hey, Mooch and Crap, JDUBBS. I just wanted to real quick pose this question for Mooch, because he's kind of the bigger Destiny person here, and so I'm gonna try to keep this short because I know you guys kind of want to keep these things short. So
Shut that dog up.
First thing
Shut
I
that
will
dog.
say is I'm actually was a big Destiny player for the first Destiny game. I put in over 1,500 hours on the game, and I was really excited when Destiny 2 came out. But I can honestly say that because of Bungie's like kind of poor treatment of the community and the game, and its continued like just failures and everything with Destiny 2, I dropped that game like after 2 months, and because I just didn't feel like Bungie really was taking the community's best interest at heart. Now there is a point to this, and this is where the kind of the question comes in. So having been a player in the Sea of Thieves community, because I was part of the alpha since last April, I've had the opportunity to kind of be there along the journey with Rare and all the other alpha testers, and just seeing how Rare has responded to the community and how they kind of take what we have to say, you know, into consideration. They send us surveys and stuff like that, and they ask us questions, and they read the forums and stuff, and they actually try to have an open communication with the community. And to me, that just makes me feel good about the future of Sea of Thieves. So my question for Mooch is this: having been kind of a big Destiny player, and knowing kind of like whether or not you agree or disagree with me that Destiny 2 was a bad game, just do you agree that Rare is doing a much better job of Sea of Thieves already than Bungie has been doing with Destiny? And do you think that means that Sea of Thieves will have a better future going forward? Thank you.
Well, I think I'm going to start with the last part of that and then work my way to the beginning. I do think that Rare will make Sea of Thieves a lot of fun, and they'll make it all that you guys either want it to be or what Rare has it intended to be. Because I have a lot of faith in Craig and his crew. As far as your first part of that question, where you said, do I think Sea of Thieves is already better than Destiny out the gate? I would say, first of all, they're two different games. So keep that in mind, okay? We really are not talking apples to apples. One's a shooter, one is clearly not. I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't say that Rare did a better job than Bungie. I think that what Rare gave you is kind of like Sea of Thieves is what we thought it was. I mean, that's what Crap's biggest thing he's been promoting all week is people are saying this, that, and the other thing, and it's like, what did you expect it to be? So it is what we thought it was, and they're promising to build off of it. And they've got a very, very good baseline in what we're playing right now. So it's really hard. I can't sit here and say that I don't think one outdid the other. I think both did just fine for their respected brand. Listen, Destiny 2 is just not a big deal right now because people are bored. The progression system that they had in that people didn't care for. They wanted to have the grinding the same way it was in Destiny 1. That's a them problem. They've got to figure that out, and hopefully the May update does address a lot of that. But Sea of Thieves has its own issues that are not the same as the issues that Destiny 2 had. I mean, what do you think, Crap?
It depends. Like, I like Sea of Thieves, but I like the whole pirate motif. So that's a me thing,
right?
Destiny wasn't really my cup of tea. I like the Division for that first week or whatever.
Right?
It's just I don't like the whole leveling thing where you got to be a level to do something.
Right?
It makes it hard to jump back in.
And don't get me wrong, I'm going to say to Crap's point, he's definitely entitled to that. And I think a lot of people agree with Crap. I'm on the other side of the coin at the end of the day. I like that. I've always felt like the hard work you put in should be rewarded. And when you don't have a level up system or a progression system of some sort, it takes a little bit out of it for me as a gamer. That doesn't mean I'm not going to have fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's like for me, like I still haven't seen anybody with a custom ship on Sea of Thieves,
Right.
That to me is a bonus, like the legendary pirate status.
Right.
With the bonuses you get for that, your own hideout. So you do get stuff for playing more, right?
That's true. You do.
It's just your friends can still play with you.
Correct.
So, I mean, yeah, like whereas in Destiny, if you're like, let's go do a strike, I couldn't.
Right. You couldn't in certain instances.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. In all honesty, I don't think that's, the say all end all. It depends on, like you said, Crap. It depends on the type of gamer that you are, And myself personally, I like a little bit more reward for the time I put in. Like you say that now, Crap, but I wonder how you're going to feel 150 hours in when, some guy's like, hey, let's go do an adventure. And he's doing the same thing you're doing. And you've got so much more time. Yes, you're going to have a gold pirates patch, but like at this end of the day, I think you should be. This is a me problem. I think you should be rewarded more handsomely than someone who started it up 15 minutes ago.
I can't even afford a pair of pants.
Jay out of nowhere. Someone get Jay some pants. As Seinfeld said, pants always beats no pants.
Yeah.
No, let's take another voicemail.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got, well, okay, I can't remember his name, but he's G-Man Jerky Boy's neighbor.
Ah.
Hello, MNC Mornings. It's Yusuke. Hashtag SDC, Sony Domination Continuation. Let's go Japanime. So, what do you guys think about your Microsoft moving their venue across the street for E3? I think they don't want their own fans to find out what real exclusives are from Nintendo and Sony and other companies. So they had to move to another venue. What do you guys think of that? And remember, just give up. Sony Domination Continuation every gen, all day long. Japanime, go!
G-Man Jerky Boy, everybody. That's great.
Cool.
Well, I'll answer his first part of his question, Crap. What do you think about them moving to their own venue? I think it's a big deal. I think
it's a good thing because you have a little bit more control over it, and and I think they obviously have a big show planned.
Right.
So they're able to.
I've been to that theater. I've actually been to that theater when I was in LA for the Adobe conference, and it's huge. It's like you guys said, holds over 7,000 people, and I think it's going to be an amazing venue for them. They could have so many different types of presentations there. Yeah, they don't have to worry about space.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say also that you can control leaks and things better if it's your own space. So.
Yeah, they have more control over their show.
If you remember, who was it? Jeff Keighley was the one that leaked the Xbox One X price. Like you can have your own event staff, and you know what I mean. Like I think they're going to be doing much better, a much better job at doing that. So
agreed. No, very cool. Let's take another voicemail as we are approaching the 2-hour mark shortly, and I want to make sure we get everybody in.
Okay, so we've got KAH Masters.
Nice.
Okay.
Mooch, Crap, JDUBBS, that's your boy, KH. Just calling to see how y'all doing. Been an up and down week for Xbox. Just something bad happening. In the world then. Had good news with the Microsoft Theater space. Look, gonna be beautiful E3, I think. But just calling you real quick, ask you one question. What is you think gonna be the biggest surprise come out of E3? Is it gonna be a game or a new franchise, or maybe it's a new Elite 2 controller? Well, that's my question. I'll holler at y'all.
Well, I'll tell you this much, Crap. I would say my answer would be it better be all of the above. I think that's what we need to see as Xbox fans. I think we waited a long time. I think we need to see a new IP. I think we need to see some sort of new content that they want to pitch. And also, I mean, I think we all know we're getting an Elite controller too. I
think the biggest news is going to be they're going to hint at next gen Xbox.
I've been hearing more and more of that as the past 7 to 10 days. I keep giving murmurs of that over and over again. They're like, Microsoft's
I don't think they're going to say, the next Xbox 2 or whatever, but they're going to mention future generations and things like that.
Right. They're going to hint to their new system. Yeah. Now, Crap, what do you think? This is completely, guys, just take this with a grain of salt right now. But Crap, since we saw our good friend Richard, I believe it's Richard Ledbetter at Digital Foundry, and a few others have been hinting towards it, do you think maybe their inclination to make this move and say this is the biggest E3, that they're going to mention something, and maybe, just maybe, the next Xbox is a 2019 release?
0.0.
There you go, folks. They've heard it from CrapGamer himself.
Yeah, I don't see them doing that.
I don't
Sony. I think it's 2020.
I'm with you, Crap, but you do realize that the success of the 360 was because Microsoft beat them. Here's my point, and we've said this. Hear me out.
Gonna have the power.
No, they won't. They won't, because I'm going to use your. No, I'm going to turn into CrapGamer for a second. You can't become more 4K or 60 frame per second or more than they will next year. That's the next thing.
Depends. So they could still put in some extra memory or something.
Yeah.
And be like, we've got this. You
Right,
know,
we have a
like,
little extra memory, but you know that when you're hitting 4K, you're hitting 4K. That's the magic number. Nobody's going to say 4K.2. So what I'm saying to you is, and it is a relevant question. Microsoft's success in the 360 era was because they beat Sony by a year. If Microsoft did determine to come out next year and have a 4K 60 uncompromised machine, Sony really can't come out the next year because they're going to be further in development, you know, as it is. They can't really do, like you said, maybe a little bit more RAM, maybe, but that's not going to, if you're doing 4K 60, you're doing 4K 60. And I'm not in that world. So folks, take it with a grain of salt. But all I'm saying is now, let's say instead of Microsoft and Sony, let's take the names out of it, Crap. It's Mooch Industries and Crap Industries. Crap, we're both putting together platforms. You're my rival competitor. I come out a year before you. And I have 4K 60. I know you're going to try and beat me at something. I know you are. But realistically, you can't top the 4K 60 if that's what the TVs and monitors are doing right now. And 4K is just becoming a normalcy.
I would say this, though. Microsoft would piss off so many people by coming out with a console just 2 years later. Like,
I know what you mean, but I don't know if that really holds true anymore.
Yeah,
because
it does, man.
You don't have to buy it. You don't have to.
I know, but people will. Like, when you hear next generation... Like
if Sony does it, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
Well, I think Sony's 2020 as well. I think
agree.
Microsoft's in on this, and they know that they're going to release similar times, similar specs, similar price, and it's just going to all come down to Microsoft feels like they have better value, and they're packing all their exclusives. This is what I heard, like the Forza Motorsport 8, the True Gears 5, and some other things as well are going to be launch titles for that. So that's what they're about. So
they're pushing everything off Crap into 2020. You're saying?
Well, I mean, when I say that, people freak out like, "Oh, you're not going to have any exclusives." I never said that. Like, just what you hear is that Halo 6 will launch next year. That's what I heard, and like that's going around. I'm not the only one that said that. Lots of other people are saying
absolutely.
That. So, some kind of Forza, maybe Rally or whatever next year as well. And there's also going to be a Gears title by Splash Damage next year. You know, where Gears 5 will be 2020 launch or whatever. This new Gears title by Splash Damage is something quote unquote different. And there's also other stuff like the Perfect Darks of the world and these other things that we don't know about. Fable 4 could be a launch title for the Xbox One, X2 or whatever. You know, who the hell knows? But you know, they're really amping up to have power and games. You know, when they launch next gen. So we'll have to see how it plays out. I mean, look, Microsoft sometimes can be their own worst enemies, man. They make themselves look sometimes irrelevant in a lot of people's eyes in the console space, particularly. Yeah. So you know, it just depends on what they got to show, man. They can't come out there and kind of push it on themselves.
Here's the reason here's the thing, Crap. They said it's going to be their biggest E3 to date. Okay. So that means something more than they're just going to show us a new IP. Number two, they're not winning NPDs. Even with the success of the X, they're not winning NPDs. So by announcing new hardware, they're not going to lose anymore. So my point is that if they really want to get a leg up on Sony, you just said it yourself. How are they actually going to get a leg up on Sony when it's the same power and the same price in 2020?
You gotta have games,
that's that. Yeah, we know what that is. So my point is that you gotta pay the bills. Crap.
Shy Guy says, "Do you think they'll rely on the power of the cloud next gen to make games perform and look better?" I sure as hell hope they don't use that as selling point. It was a joke this entire generation.
Right. Crap's right. Don't use that as your selling point. But the answer, Crap, is yes. They're going to use the cloud for more and more game computing.
I'm sure they will, but I don't think they can.
But they're not going to push it as a sales pitch. No. Because you know why? Because we as consumers can't touch it. You can't feel it. The cloud is not something you can get your hands on. You know what I'm trying to say? It's hard to sell the cloud. Think about it. Cloud.
It is. Well, I mean, people still make fun of it, and we use it all the time.
We use it all the time, and people still chuckle about it. We do have a phone call. We have a live call.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Big J.
Kind of late.
It is a little late.
Mooch, Crap, Jay, what's going on, my brothers? You're probably the only show I listen to right now, man. I just love listening to you guys all the time and everything, and I just wanted to let you guys know you're doing a great job. You're literally the only podcast I listen to, literally. But I got a question for you guys. We've always said, is this the make or break E3? I want to know from you guys right now. This is the only question. I believe this is going to be the make you or break you E3. Is this the one that's going to basically say Microsoft, are they going to turn the corner, or are they basically going to go down the drain? I'll take it off the air, and I just want to let you guys know you're doing a hell of a job, man. I listen to you guys all the time. You keep it up. All right, guys. See you later.
Well, I appreciate the compliment. That caller's giving Def Jam a run for his seagulls.
They had some birds going on there in the
birds.
background. Yeah, wow. Nice.
But anyways, no, thank you for the compliment. That truly means a lot to hear somebody with all the podcasts and shows out there that you're dedicated to MNC. We really truly appreciate that. Thank you. Is it make or break? Let's put it this way. Let's not put the cloud of doom over Microsoft because of one E3 when there's many E3s to come. But I certainly would say that it's all hands on deck, and I would say this much: we'll be watching. You know what I mean? We will be watching very closely.
Was make or break. They had the Xbox One X. They had every single game. I mean, their E3 was much better than Sony's by far. So
absolutely.
And to those that are like, oh well, they're not going to release all their games at one time for their next. You guys got to keep in mind the fucking Xbox One X is going to also play these games, and they're also going to be in Game Pass. So you can imagine people go, oh man, I can get an Xbox 2X for $4.99 and get all their exclusives for $10 right out the gate. How attractive is that compared to Sony going, you can pay $4.99 for a PS5, but you got to spend $60 a piece for these games, right?
Right.
Much more attractive. I'm just being honest. Yes. You know, you guys got to think long term. So, Jay, do we got some wheels or whatever? Something?
We actually still have 2 voicemails left.
Let's do those 2. Crap, we did start 20 minutes late, so we can fit those 2 in. We'll have everybody on the wheel present, if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, let's go to one of our old favorites, Triple Cup Chuck.
Triple Cup Chuck, he's up.
What up with your Crap and Mooch and JDUBBS? This is your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm up. And I just want to say congratulations on the amazing interview that y'all had with the Dales from Sea of Thieves. And my question was, like, you know what I'm saying, before y'all went on live last week with the interview, like, you know what I'm saying, was y'all nervous or was y'all just excited, pumped, or, I just want to know what y'all personal feelings was before y'all had went live. Well, you know what I'm saying, this is your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm out.
Yeah, that was a great question, Triple Cup. Thank you for your support over the years yourself.
I think
it was exciting.
It was exciting. Maybe the first 2 seconds were, were a little bit, but he was really just a nice guy. Just kicking back with some wine, and he answered the questions. He did it was fun, man. He's a good guy, and I think that that the interview went well. The reception has been positive.
Yes,
and
very
so
positive.
It's been good to see. So
me and you really. This is something that we love about doing the show, and Jay feels the same way. We have tons of meetings throughout the week. We talk all week long on Twitter and on Hangouts, etc., and Xbox Live. But we strive to do more of that content for you guys. I think the thing that a lot of people, the reason we got a lot of great feedback from the audience was, we ask questions I think you guys want to hear. I think that's why we have these call-ins and we have all these live calls on the show. We are getting a feel for how you guys want questions asked and answered. And I think that's something when me and Crap were done, and Jay, we kind of got together and we said, I think we did a good job there. I think we asked some questions that maybe not, they don't get asked by other folks. Even the media doesn't ask them these questions, and we asked them some questions that I think people wanted to hear. Bravo to everybody on this group here. I mean, me, Crap, and Jay really worked hard to put those questions together. It was not easy to get head of Rare Studios to come on. It was great to be able to get him to sit down and hang out with us. And bravo to Craig Duncan for being an amazing guest and one of the most chill dudes in video games we've got a chance to hang out with.
It was also I gotta let my inner CrapGamer out, a big middle finger to a lot of people as well. So how'd you like that?
Well, there you go, guys. Thank you.
And who's our last voicemail?
Our last voicemail is Mr. Zombie Killer.
Nice.
Okay.
Mr. Zombie Killer.
Arr. Hello, Mooch and Crab. It's Mr. Zombie Killer, and I've been playing a shit ton of Sea of Thieves, and the game is pretty awesome. I really don't have anything to complain and bitch about, like most people, but except for the achievements thing, I'm more like Crap when it comes to games, so that just really bummed me out because now I'm not earning anything. But it's still fun to play with friends. Really a lot of fun. Like, a lot of looting and shit. It's a really good game. How are you guys liking it? I know you guys have been talking about it on Crossfire. And I like the bounty idea and the event idea that was mentioned on Crossfire. Now, this game's going to grow from being small right now to huge in about a year or two. So, just remember that. And do you guys think that many more people will catch on to this? Or more people will leave? Because when Fortnite started, it didn't really have anyone. And now it's fucking huge. Do you see this game being Fortnite in the summertime? I know Mooch was talking about that in like a couple months. Would you still be playing this game? I got Far Cry 5 coming next month, and I do plan on playing that. I don't know if I'm gonna really play State of Decay that much, but I'm gonna play Sea of Thieves right back to it after Far Cry 5 because I love Far Cry. All right, thank you guys. You guys have a good morning. Thank you, Jay. Have a good one.
Cool. No, thanks for the call. Appreciate that. That's awesome, actually. Appreciate the voicemail. Crap, to be honest with you, I think Sea of Thieves will, especially after that first content drop, is going to really be an accelerator for the game. I really think that Rare sees what they have now, and I think they're just gonna put this thing into the carpool lane and hit the gas.
Yeah, I mean, they could even come out with content a little bit earlier than expected as well if they wanted to. So,
right. Absolutely.
So
no, totally agree. And thank you, Jay. If you want to take us to the Wheel of Wonder.
Wheel of Wonder.
Yes, sir. And there it is, folks. Also, our Sea of Thieves themed Wheel of Wonder, which we had planned for you guys last week, but we didn't want to. We were so far along with Craig Duncan that we didn't want to stop for a wheel, so we're doing the wheel this week in honor of Sea of Thieves.
Yes, we appreciate it. Make sure you guys all call in and get your voicemails done during the week.
Yes,
and you could be entered to win something. Arr.
Arr. Arr.
Yes. Arr.
Okay,
all right,
we're ready
Jay.
for the spin.
Wheel of Wonder. Spin, spin, spin.
Nice, and we have the Sea of Thieves music crap that's with the wheel.
Oh, I love that music.
I do too. And who do we have? Nice.
Diggity.
Diggity, Diggity. Congratulations, Diggity. Diggity has been with us, Crap, since week 1. And I think I've only seen Diggity win once before. So shout out to their Diggity. That's awesome, my boy.
Yes, nice to see that.
Very cool, very cool. With that, Jay and Crap, unless I'm ending abruptly, I don't mean to. I want to say thank you to the chat. Thanks to everybody. Great M&C mornings. Great way to lead into our work week next week. Go out there, enjoy. If you haven't tried it, try Game Pass. It's $9.99. Try out Sea of Thieves. Be your own critic, folks. Be your own critic. And Jay, if you don't mind taking us out with the M&C, we have our music, and then end with our theme song. That'd be great.
Yes.
Sounds great.
All right, guys. Enjoy your day.
Have a great one.
Nice one, guys.
Mooch and crap, they talk about games and no drama smack. Search the web for media ties to catch these ponies in their lies. Look out, here comes Mooch and crap. Are they bots? Listen up, they have Mountain Dew in their blood. NeoGaf, Xbox Reds, Crap's got 10 dog all over it. Hey there, here comes Mooch and crap. From a tweet of Phil, Xbox hate will arrive like the Scorpio. Mooch and crap are just in time. Mooch and crap, zany gaming duel, Mooch and crap. YouTube in is their core. A thumb in is its reward to them. Xbox is one big hangout. Whenever there's a game out, you'll find Mooch and crap.
Wake on up, it's Mooch, it's Crap, and Jay in the morning. Wipe your eye boogies, get your coffee finished yawning. This is Mooch and Crap Show. Wake up, let us begin with gaming news, skits, and call-ins from all the fans. No matter where you at, Cali or Pakistan, New York or New Guinea, this is where it's at. These are Xbox dudes with Xbox views on slander and hate towards Xbox news. This is Mooch and Crap Show for the people, and they coming with it. Now do you understand? Now do you get it? Ponies love to lie and PC fans won't admit it, but Xbox hate is real and they all with it. Call in, let it ring in. We here to rock, we here to win. It's about the games, it's about the pride. Now Xbox community, come on, let's ride. Mooch and Crab, make sure. Show, oh, oh.